Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jake with Fitness Insider coming at you guys with another good one today. But first, as always, hit that subscribe button, join the family. I would love to have you. So, in this video today, we're going to be going over something cool, something exciting, okay? So, we're going to talk about the top prospects going into the 2020 Mr. Olympia. So, with everything going on right now and all the shows being canceled, qualification is definitely going to be the biggest question mark going into the show. But being the biggest show in the world and it's a big money maker, you can be sure that they're going to figure that part out. That's not going to be a big deal, even if it means allowing more people into the show, to be fair. And they let their physiques hash it out on stage. Maybe instead of having 15, 16 people, maybe they have 20, 24. Who knows how they go about doing it? I'm pretty sure the classic physique had over 30 people last year. So they're going to have to figure out how to fairly qualify people for this show. Maybe instead of taking the top 5 from last year's lineup, maybe they take the top 10, top 12. I'm not too sure what's going to happen, but maybe a top 6 from the Arnold as well. I'm sure they're going to do something, though, because they are not just going to give up on this show unless something crazy happens, right? But anyways, guys, so let me just make this clear, okay? This is my opinion, and it's just conjecture, okay? I'm just talking about, my picks, people who I got my eye on that are potential top 6 candidates. A lot of these guys are better than other ones, but they're people that I got my eye on, people I'm excited to see. So without further ado, let's get into this thing. Okay, guys, and starting off the list, again, this is in no particular order as far as like placings. It's not predictions as far as placings go. It's just people that I give high regard to, people I know have potential to be top 6 in this lineup if they participate. So, of course, Phil Heath has a place in this list, okay? So, yes, he took 2019 off, and he's somewhere in the, it's questionable whether he's retired or not. I don't even think he knows for sure whether he's coming back or not, but I personally have a feeling he's not done yet. He's still relatively young in the bodybuilding world, and I think he has plenty left in the tank to be a top contender in any show. In fact, guys, I'll just be straight up honest, man. If he takes care of the distension problem, he could win another couple Olympias, no problem. I don't see anybody really bringing a constant threat like Phil Heath, okay? And I say that because Phil Heath is the only one that brings consistent fullness and conditioning and full. He just has a full, perfect physique, man. He has no holes in his physique. I mean, the biggest thing you could throw against him is the fact that he's slightly narrow through the shoulders and he has slight distension problems. But he had the surgery. If everything is fixed there, this guy has so much potential to win at least another 1 or 2 Olympias, if not more. I guess we'll have to see what happens, but he's still young enough to do a lot of damage in any lineup. It's just, the question is, does he want to come back and do the show? And with the Athleticon on the horizon, maybe he plans to really focus on that and go in a new direction. Not too sure, but I will tell you my opinion. I don't think we're done seeing this guy compete yet. I think we will see him on stage either this year or next. Alright, guys, and next we're going to move on to Big Ramy. Now, earlier we just spoke about how Phil Heath was a genetic marvel, and to deny that, love him or hate him, which I actually like Phil Heath, but I know a lot of people don't. You know what the funny thing is, though? I will mention this. The fact that he's gone now, it seems like a lot of the haters are almost wishing he would come back because he brought something special to the stage, and you can't deny that. That guy literally had all the pieces. He's literally one of the GOATs. He's one of the best of all time. You cannot deny that. Whether you like the physique or you don't, or you like him as a person or you don't, he is a fantastic bodybuilder. He's almost untouchable. Now, I say almost because you have other people like Big Ramy. Big Ramy is one of those guys where if he was to come in with the conditioning that Phil Heath brought in, this guy would be untouchable. I mean, this guy, he has everything that he needs. He just needs to fine-tune a couple things about his body and bring super sharp conditioning, and this guy will be an Olympia champion. I can guarantee that. Now, I think at the Arnold, Ohio, I think in the finals, he definitely sharpened up enough from prejudging to present a pretty damn good package. I think he looked pretty good. But, that being said, he's going to have to bring something better than that to beat people like Phil and Bonac and all these guys, which he's definitely capable of doing. He just needs to bring that sharp conditioning, and he's going to be right there in the mix to win the show. Alright guys, and moving right along, we are going to talk about William Bonac. So, William Bonac took second in the Olympia last year to Brandon Curry. He also took second in the Arnold last year, and then won it this year. So, usually the guy that wins the Arnold Ohio has a huge amount of momentum moving into the Olympia that same year. Definitely somebody that is a prospect to win this show. Now, William Bonac, he's been on everybody's radar every show he goes into. The dude is, I know a lot of people don't think he has the most aesthetic physique, but again, love it or hate it, the guy is talented. Genetically, he has so many good attributes, man. He has the 3D muscle like Phil Heath has. He has a very complete back. Everything just pops off this guy, very impressive on stage. His physique just comes to life when he's posing, man. He has very few weak poses, and that's such a strength to have. So yeah, William, of course, is a prospect. He's somebody that no doubt is going to be top 3, top 4. I mean, it really just depends on who's coming back to this show, but this guy is not going to be lower than 4th place. In fact, he's probably going to be top 2 again going into the Olympia this year. It really just depends, but again, this guy is always dangerous, and I'll have to see a full lineup before I make any predictions on this, but we know for damn sure he's going to be a top 6 in any show that he does, no matter what. He's just that talented. Alright guys, and here we're going to talk about Roelly Winklaar, man. Roelly Winklaar is probably the freakiest bodybuilder of this modern era. I mean, this dude is just insane to watch. And I'll go on record, man. 2018, when he took 3rd place, I'll go as far as to say that I think he should have even been 2nd place. Hell, man, you could have made an argument for him winning the show. That's how good I think this guy is. Now, I know a lot of people don't agree with me, and some do, but Roelly Winklaar in 2018's Olympia looked phenomenal, man. He was insane looking. He's one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time. He has that freaky muscle. I mean, looking at this most muscular, you can tell why this guy is so dangerous, man. When he's super shredded, he has the feathering in the quads. He has these boulder shoulders, man, thick pecs. His legs, while they don't have the most sweep on them, they're really big legs, man. And his biggest weakness is his back. I think we all know that by now. And when I say back, I mean the back double bicep, because his rear lat spread is a strength. That is a damn good rear lat spread. But every other pose, from the side, from the front, this guy is top of the class. Super dangerous, man. With Roelly, his biggest weakness, I mean, not as physique, but his biggest problem is conditioning. Now, as we've seen, right, like 2018 in the Olympia, the Arnold Classic Australia, he beat guys like William Bonac, like Dexter Jackson. Some people think he should have beat Phil Heath in the 2018 Olympia, me included. Taking nothing away from Phil, because Phil was not on that year, but or it wasn't his best package, I should say. But man, Roelly is dangerous in any lineup, and he was my pick basically for the 2019 Olympia. I feel so bad that the guy he missed the mark, right? He did not bring the best that he had. Had he come in to 2019's Olympia looking like he did in 2018, that was his Olympia to win, and I think most people would agree with that. It's unfortunate, but hey, it happens. You learn from it. You move on. He took this year off for the Arnold Ohio, which he usually always does, the Arnold Ohio, but he didn't do it this year. I think to give his body some rest and some time to recoup and whatnot, spend time with the family. But I can guarantee you this, man. If that time off does him any good and he brings that conditioning, absolutely he has the potential to be a front runner in this show or to win it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a dangerous guy. Okay, guys, we got Dexter Jackson. Now, I've made it clear before, I'll say it again, Dexter is one of my favorite bodybuilders, man. I love this dude. The dude he's like the ageless wonder, man. He's 50 years old, and he's still killing people half his age, man. He's showing up. In the Tampa Pro last year, right before the Olympia, this dude literally, he looked better at age 49, age 50 than he did in some of his younger years. Man, this guy gets better as he's getting older. This is insane, man. And the crazy thing is, man, while he's teased it before, he's put his foot down and he's announced 2020 is his last year competing, and he made it sound like the Olympia was going to be his last show. I think there is some there's some talk that he might do the Athleticon, which is coming after the Olympia, but no matter what, according to him, this will be the last time on the Olympia stage, 2020. So no matter what, I'm sure he's going to give us a show. No doubt the dude is going to bring it, and he definitely is a threat to the top 6. It's going to be amazing to watch him hit that stage for one last time. I can't wait to see it, but I'm definitely sad to see him go. Okay, guys, and somebody I am super excited about got a special invite to this year's Olympia. He took last year off to basically throw on more size to compete with these bigger boys, man. Flex Lewis, dude. Flex Lewis is a freaking monster, dude. Granted, he's not the tallest guy. I mean, here he is standing next to Rafael Brandao, which, by the way, man, Rafael Brandao looks crazy here, man. He always had a crazy, cool-looking physique, very aesthetic, but the size that this guy put on, insane. I can't wait to see this guy compete again. It's unfortunate that everything is canceled. You know, I was looking forward to seeing him. But anyways, back to Flex, man. Flex, dude, he literally, to me, is like a smaller version of Phil Heath. Granted, he's always been sucked down to reach the 212 weight class, and I do know that was hard for him to do. He had to cut a lot of weight to make that weight class. But he came in shredded. He has a crazy back. He has big, full calves, full separated quads, diced hamstring and glutes, massive arms and forearms. I mean, dude, he has everything. Very trim, defined midsection. I mean, literally, Flex Lewis is like a small Phil Heath. He literally has everything. And the fact that he don't have to cut weight, he's going to be able to come in full as a house and just crazy looking. The only thing, man, I do think that him having to cut all that weight helped him bring that razor sharp conditioning that we're all used to seeing him, but I'm sure that won't be an issue. I know this guy knows how to get in shape for a show, and I don't think he's going to put on any crazy amount of weight. In fact, I think he's probably going to step on stage at maybe 225, 227, something like that. But for a guy of his stature, that extra, 10, 15, 20 pounds of muscle, that's going to look insane on this dude's frame. So I cannot wait to see Flex. I don't even know where I would place him if I was making predictions, because he literally has everything. He's just not the biggest stature in the world, but he is, with the shredded conditioning, and it is perfect as his physique is, he could be definitely top 6. I know that for sure. He's definitely top 6 material. Okay, guys, and another one that I am looking forward to see, and hopefully he can actually come, is Hadi Choopan, or Choopan. I'm not too sure. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, man, Hadi, when he competed at the 2019 Olympia, a lot of people didn't really know. I mean, everybody knows this guy is a monster, man. He looks phenomenal. We just didn't know how he would look standing next to, the biggest guys in the world, the biggest guys in the men's open, And he literally came out on stage and just surprised everybody. He looked phenomenal, shredded, full, best condition on that stage easily, or one of the best. And I mean, he deserved that 3rd place. You could even make an argument for him taking 2nd place, man. He looked phenomenal, and I don't know what's going to happen this year with the qualifications, and again, he'll have to go through the same thing with the visa stuff again. But assuming everything works out for him, man, this dude is dangerous and in any lineup, and I can't wait to see him step on stage again, man. He especially because Flex Lewis is going to be there. It'll be the rematch, man. It'll be the big rematch that we've all been waiting for. But instead of both these guys sucked down doing a 212, they will be full, huge, and ready to do a men's open rematch. Dude, I cannot wait to see that. And of course, I did not forget, how could you make a list like this without including the current Mr. Olympia, Brandon Curry. Okay, so I'm gonna first go on record. Okay, a lot of people. This guy has gotten a lot of crap, saying, "Oh, you know, how can you be a Mr. Olympia with no legs?" And oh, he won the Mr. Olympia with a weak lineup. All right, look, guys. Again, I'm not about the negative stuff on this channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and be completely honest with you. I think Brandon Curry is an excellent Mr. Olympia. I think while I do agree, it would be in his best interest to try to get a little bit more quad sweep and develop his legs a little bit more. But guys, I'm sure he tries, man. This guy, I've seen his workouts. He pushes hard, man. So I'm sure he's doing everything he can to bring those legs up. But I think he still looks phenomenal. He literally has one of the best complete upper bodies, literally one of the best in the current modern era, man. He has an insane back, an insane set of arms on him, a huge full chest. I mean, the front double bicep that he has is one of the best front doubles that I've seen in so long. I mean, this dude is super dangerous. I don't understand why people don't give the guy respect that he deserves. He's our Mr. Olympia for a reason, man. I mean, here's what I'm going to say. If all the stars that were not there for the 2019 Olympia show up to do the 2020, this guy is still going to be dangerous. I can guarantee you he's going to be right in that mix, doing battle for that #1 spot. Now, I've even done stuff like him versus Phil, trying to see what these guys would look like, and I run through the mandatories, man. He's still very competitive against one of the best of all time, man. So yeah, Brandon Curry, I have all the respect for him in the world, man. He's a good family guy. He's solid, respectful Mr. Olympia, right? So I like the guy. I can't wait to see him step on stage again, especially if he keeps bringing these improvements, because, man, so far for the last 3 years, he's probably the most improved bodybuilder I've seen. This guy makes strides every year, and I'm sure he's going to keep getting better. Okay, guys, and these last two are basically guys that are most likely not going to be at the 2020 Mr. Olympia, but they're people that I hope to see if everything works out for them. So first, of course, is the 2018 Mr. Olympia winner himself, Shawn Rhoden. Now, this guy looked phenomenal in the 2018 Olympia. I was so stoked when he won. I was so happy for the guy. Before the competition, he was talking about how he was doing everything he could prepping for that show. He was putting everything he had to win that show. And when nobody had this guy on the radar to win the show or even be top 3, he comes out of nowhere and wins the show against Phil Heath, a guy that was thought to be untouchable. It was such a huge moment, and I did feel bad for Phil, but it was still such a huge moment. And then shortly after, everything happened with the problems that he's going through right now. I'm not going to get into that, but I will say this. If he is proved innocent, I really do hope to see that guy on stage again because, you know, he's an amazing bodybuilder. You know, I'd love to see as many good bodybuilders on that stage as possible. That's what the Olympia is about. Now, if he's proven guilty and everything, of course I would not stand by that kind of behavior. It's horrible, but I'm going to stand by the idea of innocent until proven guilty, and we'll just have to see what happens with him as we get closer to the show. Okay, guys, and last but certainly not least, while we're on this mode of speculation, obviously I gotta include Kai Greene, okay? So before everybody starts getting mad and throwing a fit, because people seem to get so bent out of shape when we talk about the speculation of Kai returning to the stage, like I said, this is speculation. This is me talking about people I would like to see on the Olympia stage, people that have teased about coming back, and people that are still dangerous enough to hit that top 6 if they bring it. Kai Greene definitely hits all those boxes. He checks all those boxes, man. This guy is still 300 pounds. He's barely looking like he's off season, man. He looks like he'd only need 1 month, maybe 6 weeks to get in shape. Phenomenal bodybuilder. Everybody knows that. Obviously, the guy is probably retired and not coming back to the stage. I'm not by any means saying that we're going to see him on the Olympia stage, but he does tease often that he might come back, and he's done it already this year, saying he might come back. Again, it probably won't happen, but, you know, can you imagine how amazing it would be to have everybody on this list, including Kai, come back, to have Kai and Phil battling on stage, to have Hadi and Flex doing a rematch on stage in the men's open, to have, you know, Shawn back, Brandon defending against everything, Roelly trying to redeem himself from the last year. I mean, dude, this Olympia has the potential to be insane. Big Ramy, of course, coming back after taking last year off. I mean, dude, this Olympia would be nuts. If all these guys came back, all these stars, this would be the biggest Olympia in the last 10 years, maybe even 15 or 20. I mean, the amount of stars that we have that are basically possible to do this show right now, it is insane. But anyways, guys, that's basically it. This video went about twice as long as I intended it for it. But when I got on the speculation of who I'd like to see on that stage, I just kind of got carried away, and I had to talk about a lot of people. And guys, honestly, there's more people that I wanted to talk about and throw in on this list, but because it got so long and there was already so many people, I had to kind of end the video at some point. So maybe I'll go farther in the detail on this in another video. But yeah, anyways, guys, to everybody that made it through this crazy long video, I appreciate it. Everybody that's been subscribing, I of course appreciate that, and liking and commenting on the videos. You guys are awesome. This is what this channel is all about. But anyways, guys, I'm going to head and close this thing out. Again, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.